Before I start, I want you to know that I'm still learning how to wrap moi moi, so when you get to see my struggle, please do not laugh at me. Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. In today's video, I'll be showing you how to make moi moi wrapped with leaf. Alright, now I already have a moi moi recipe on this channel, but this is going to be well detailed. Please, if you've not subscribed to my channel, this is the time to do so. Click on the subscribe button to subscribe to this channel. Thank you so much. For the ingredients that I'll be using, I have beans, onions, mackerel fish, scotch bonnet pepper, tatashe, vegetable oil, seasoning cube, moi moi leaf, shombo, garlic powder, some eggs, salt, fish seasoning, water and ginger paste. I had already cut and washed my fish off camera, so I'm just going to go ahead and season with some curry powder, seasoning powder, some salt, garlic powder and some fish seasoning. Then I added my chopped onions, then a little bit of water, and at this point I forgot to add my ginger paste, so I'm just going to add that now. Then cover and allow to cook for 10 minutes. Next, I'm just going to boil some eggs because I'll be using eggs and mackerel fish for this moi moi, but you can use any protein that you're okay with, alright? And now to the main ingredients, which is beans. I'm just going to soak my well-picked beans in normal water for about 8 minutes. This is going to help soften the beans so that I can easily peel off the skin. To peel off my beans, I'm just going to rub it together like you're seeing on the screen, then on the tap to help float the skin so I can easily take it off. I'll continue that until I get this. Into my blender, I'm going to add my well-washed beans. Now for this recipe, I used 3 cups of beans. Next, I'm going to add my fish stock from the fish that I steamed earlier. Then I'll also add 2 cups of water. It is advisable not to add too much of water, if not you end up with a watery batter, and that will mean you going back to wash beans, peel it and blend another one to adjust. That is not what you want. Rather, always ensure that you add less water, because if you have a thick batter, you can always adjust by adding more water. So I'm just going to blend my beans and ensure that it's very smooth. For my fish, I'm just going to scatter this, then carefully take out the bones. You can choose to scatter your fish like I'm doing, or add it like that. It is totally fine. Now here's a little twist. So whenever I'm making moi moi, instead of adding my pepper mix to the beans before I blend, I always like to cook my pepper mix for about 10 to 15 minutes. Now my pepper mix consists of tatashe, shombo, scotch bonnet and some onions. Exactly what you're seeing on the screen is what I use for this recipe. After cooking it for about 10 to 15 minutes, I'll now blend it to have what you're seeing on the screen. Alright, so after that, I'm just going to fry for about 5 minutes, then add my crayfish powder with some seasoning. For my seasoning, I use my seasoning powder, some salt, and my fish seasoning. That is what I use. Then I added a little bit of curry powder. You can choose to skip that, but I love it in my moi moi. You're just going to stir this, and allow to fry for another 5 minutes, then set aside. So I'm just going to pour in my batter, then I'm going to add the sauce that I fried earlier. You can see that my batter is thick, right? That is why I said earlier that it is better to have a thick batter that you can always adjust with water to get the perfect consistency than to have a watery batter that you cannot adjust, or that you have to go through another stress to adjust, another stress because you have to peel your beans, you have to blend, and trust me, that is not what you want. Alright, so always ensure that while blending your beans, you add not too much water, just normal water, so that if it is too thick, you can always adjust by adding another water to get your perfect consistency. So I'm just going to mix up the ingredients properly, then I'm going to add my mackerel fish, all right, the one that I scattered earlier. I'm just going to add that up and mix properly. After you mix properly, ensure that you taste. Yes, you heard me. Taste to know if you have to add more seasoning, because once you cook, there is no going back. All right. So guys, come let's fold moi moi leaves together. Please do not laugh at my struggle because I know I really tried. All right. Now what I did, I doubled the leaf. All right, so it will be thick. Then I folded it in form of a funnel like you're seeing. Then I now folded the tips backwards to avoid spillage. Then I used my hand to open it up so I can pour in my batter. Now for each wrap, I added 2 spoons of butter so it won't be too much for me to wrap and so it does not spill. Then I added half egg, pushed it inside just like I'm doing. Then what I did to seal it up was to push one part inside, then use the other part to cover. Then I folded it backwards. That makes sense, right? So in my pot, I added the stick that I got from the moi moi leaf so that my moi moi will not have a direct contact with my pot. All right, so this is what it looks like after wrapping. Now I added just 1 cup of water to start cooking with. All right, now I cooked this moi moi for like 40 minutes. So as it was cooking, I kept adding 1 cup of water each. And guys, after 40 minutes, this is what my moi moi looked like. So I allowed it to cool off, then I served. Guys, the taste is out of this world. You just have to try out this particular method. You will really love it. Please, if you've not subscribed to my channel, kindly do so by clicking on the subscribe button. Trust me, it will mean a lot. It will be like a motivation for me to post more recipes. Like this video, please do not forget to like, drop a comment, let me know what recipe you'd love to see more on my YouTube channel. It will mean a lot to me. Thanks for watching till I drop a new video next week. Bye.